welcome back to the Tea and a Butty podcast. I'm Dominic.
And I'm Erica.
And today we're talking about TV shows that are cancelled after one season. Or, some that are announced that never get off the ground at all.
Yes. Like recently,
or
the
onto
Buffy,
the ground. Recently, the Buffy one.
The Buffy reboot.
Yeah, you were so excited for that, weren't you?
I don't know that I was, actually.
Yeah, you were. You were always like, Spike!
Well, I was excited
Me mate, Spike!
I was excited at the prospect of seeing Spike, but, it wasn't gonna be, like all the original cast. Well, what's his name? Died recently, didn't he?
Yeah, recently, yeah.
That
wasn't the reason it didn't get off the ground, though.
No.
It was a number of reasons. They never really haven't given one, really.
No, and they don't usually.
They don't. No, it's like, why was that cancelled? That was really good. That was a really good show. Number of reasons.
Somebody at Hulu just wasn't impressed. I
guess. someone with power used it.
Somebody at Hulu watched what they had so far and was just like,
no, I'm not feeling this.
Yeah.
I don't care if 20 million other people are feeling it and loving it. I don't like it.
Yes.
And it's like the main reasons for like early cancellation stuff, like, people go, it just wasn't making any money, financial performance. So like viewership is low and they can't charge enough for advertising to cover the production costs,
Oh, yeah.
And then of course, there's going to be a rising cost, we've done a first season now. Everybody loves it. Should we greenlight another? And I'm like, yes, but if you do, the cast is going to want a pay rise. Everyone's going to want a pay rise. More money. And it's like, the advertisers might not want to come back. And so,
Yeah.
Cut it.
It's so annoying when
and of course, and season 2, people might go, nah, I'm done with it now. Season 1 was good. This one's not so good.
Yes.
And we spent all this money
and God knows, as we talked about last week on the podcast, people on the internet love to be negative about things.
Yeah, and it's like that's probably what they point to for the reason of the show's cancellation. Like if someone comes in and goes, "Oh yeah, that show. We're not doing a second season of that." And it's like, well, you see, this guy on Reddit didn't like it, so I decided to just, not spend the money.
Everybody agreed.
And everybody agreed, and, I looked through it, and it was, that's right,
It's like, that thread only had about 20 replies, though.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah, and it's like, still, get it out of here. Get it done. One of the big reasons, though, for, like, them not renewing after one season is a target demographic failure. They were looking to specifically target this group of people.
Yeah.
So it's like they have a decent viewership across the, all ages.
I guess it's whoever,
but it's like,
sponsored the
if
show.
the 40-year-olds aren't watching this, getting out of here because the advertisers want to reach 40-year-olds.
Right. It would be whoever, sponsored the show.
Yeah.
It's like, oh no, only, 50-year-olds were watching it, not 40-year-olds.
You're not in the key demographic, yeah.
So,
get
rid of it.
That's kind of, they sometimes call that the rural purge.
It's like, why don't they just find other advertisers then? Or a new sponsor?
No,
okay, and also, isn't that the whole point of, testing?
Testing, 1, 2, 3, yeah,
They get people in to watch a new series or whatever.
Yeah,
and
they
go,
test
okay,
audience.
What do you think about this? Do you like it,
And it's like, we can market this too.
It's not testing well with 18 to 25-year-olds,
18 to 25-year-old demographic didn't want it, and we want, the advertisers want to target that demographic. Yeah, a lot of 35 to 55-year-olds.
Get more, I don't know, prescription medicine advertisements. I don't know who advertises to.
I think about things that I've gone loads of seasons. And I'm like, their key demographic. They must be hitting their key demographic every time.
Yeah.
Right on the money, like bullseye, like Emily in Paris, say.
But the thing is, on these streaming apps, most of them have the option to be commercial free or whatever.
Yeah. And that's another thing. Streaming metrics and like streaming services like Netflix focus on whether a show brings in new subscribers or maintains high engagement for its cost,
okay.
rather than just raw numbers. And then, of course, there's another thing called low completion rate on streaming. So they've watched 3 episodes of it, but they didn't finish the full season. So, yeah, no. There's it doesn't matter if it's got a high, if loads of people completed the season. There's key demographic. There's still a lot of people who aren't completing it. That's
so funny because
get rid of it.
I've seen multiple people online say, "That's it. I'm not watching another show until they finished it."
Yeah.
Because I'm sick of watching shows that seem interesting and then they get canceled. But it's like, okay, if you're not gonna watch it, odds are they're not gonna finish it. You know what I mean? Because
you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Everybody's
really
waiting for it to be finished so they can just binge it, from beginning to end, however many seasons there are.
Yeah.
And it's like, nope, they're not gonna keep going with it if people aren't tuning in.
Yeah, I mean, we started talking about this because of the Buffy thing, and then we were thinking about other shows that have been cancelled as of late. They announced the cancellation of Starfleet Academy after season 2.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't tell me that.
Oh, I thought I had told you that. I said, oh yeah, they're cancelling it.
Oh.
And they said, oh, we're ending it. They like to say we're ending it, but then people are like, nah, it was cancelled.
Well, yeah, because
it's like
you've only
because you don't want
to. There's an ending.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
And it's kind of like you've ordered a second season, and apparently people are like, okay, so is the second season going to make it to where? And people are like, it might not, because I think they're filming it right now, or they filmed the second season.
Oh yeah.
But.
Oh, maybe you did tell me this.
Yeah.
Actually.
And it just kind of like. Oh yeah, they'll just put it out quietly and let it die, They don't care about it. It's cancelled. We don't care about that show anymore. Blah 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 blah. End of,
I sort of didn't really I had higher hopes, I think, once streaming services became popular that wouldn't happen as often as it did on network TV. On network TV you can understand because it's like, okay, it's cable.
They need
we
the
have
monies.
A lot of advertisements. Yeah. If a show's not doing well, obviously that's going to be canceled. But on all these streaming services, like, you've got people who are subscribed. And also, there's so many streaming services and there's so much content out there that you would think that they just need content.
No, because for a long time when streaming services started, well, and I think we're still in that phase, content is king, more content, so that's why they're buying up. Oh, we'll just put all our old shows on here, our old shows, old shows on, like, we've got all the MGM archive and the Warner Brothers archive and the Paramount archive.
Yeah.
We'll just put every show that we've ever made in history up on, find the earliest shows we made in black and white, and it doesn't matter if we're missing shows or whatever, just put them on there, and oh yeah, just put it on the streaming service, so we've got so much content. And it's like, but we've also got this little tab called originals and new series and stuff like that, which... what's going to be generating the income and, watching the viewership. But, oh yeah, your old favourites like Cheers and, the old Charlie Chaplin movies or whatever, and Cary Grant and whatever, they're still on there. They're on there. Yeah. You go watch them. Every view counts.
You would also kind of think that if a show gets canceled from one, that surely you can sell it to another streaming service. Because,
well, you'd think, and that's what it used to be back in the day, isn't it? I can't vaguely remember. Like, I can't think of any. I mean, there's a load of shows that have done it, but they've been running like for maybe 3 seasons on ABC.
Yeah.
And then ABC are like, nah, cancelling it.
Yeah.
And then NBC are like, well, we'll pick it up.
Yeah.
And they get another series out of it, or another couple,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There is a show, but it's just gone from my head. There's a load of them that did it. Yeah. But anyway, these ones, I found a list of shows that didn't get past the first season.
Okay. Yeah.
And you might recognize them. You know, you might not. You know, I don't know. First one is Bunheads from 2012-13. Bunheads.
I recognize the title.
Yeah. It was Amy Sherman Palladino wrote it.
Oh, okay. It was about ballerinas or something?
It was about a Vegas showgirl teaching ballet in a small town.
Okay.
And I mean, that's a very specific thing.
Yeah.
And when I read this, I was like, oh yeah, she just had something else cancelled after the first season that was about ballet.
What was it?
It's the next one on my list. Étoile.
Oh,
And that
okay.
came on Prime, I think, Prime Video. And that was in an attempt to save their institutions. 2 world-renowned ballet companies, one in New York City and one in Paris, swap their most talented stars, their danseurs, danseuses étoiles, the highest rank a dancer can reach at the Paris Opera Ballet. Luke Kirby was in it, Charlotte Gainsbourg, Kelly Bishop. Luke Kirby's from Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. He played Lenny Bruce.
Yeah.
Lenny Bruce.
Yeah.
David Haig was in it too.
Oh, yeah.
Inspector Grimm.
Huh.
And all that. But yeah, and it's just, and I saw a lot of people going, oh, this is great. This is right up my street. They've cancelled it. Why would they do that?
Yes.
And it's like, yeah, it just wasn't pulling in the numbers. But again, it didn't with her ballet. So it's like, just stick to writing quirky female characters like Lorelai Gilmore and
yeah.
What was it, Mrs. Maisel?
Yeah.
Can't remember what her first name was in that, but Mrs. Maisel. Just write those types of things. We don't want any ballet, Amy.
Stop
trying to force your ballet on us, okay?
Yeah.
Because it's not going to get past the first season.
Yeah.
But we'll give 5 seasons to Gilmore Girls and...
The other thing that's kind of crazy about stuff being canceled so quickly on streaming services is that because there is so much content across all the different streaming platforms, I would think that it's only logical to assume that that it might take a minute for people to find this show.
They haven't got a minute, though.
I mean, obviously not.
That's
no.
the thing with them. They haven't got a minute
Yeah.
for this. We don't. It's not the olden days where, like, oh, the first season was a bit
They're
ropey.
hemorrhaging money all the time.
Yeah. It's like they're just not. Oh, so much money coming in. We're spending so much money on this. We can't afford to, let nature take its course, and we can't afford for like a sleeper hit.
Yeah.
Although Apple did with Ted Lasso. Ted Lasso wasn't a hit out of the gate.
That
but
probably
again,
is because
the
they
pandemic.
didn't have that much content.
They didn't
at
have
the
that much
time.
content at the time.
They didn't have much original
And
stuff.
they had the pandemic as well, which people were like, oh yeah, just watch all movies now. We can't go out.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
So I'm guessing that would have happened, back then. But yeah, a lot of these streaming says, nah, we haven't got a minute now to do that. If it's not first episode, big numbers, and everyone loves it, and it's bang on the target demographic, it's getting cancelled.
Yeah. Because
2 seasons of that Étoile, I think I'm saying that right, were ordered before the premiere. Sometimes they go, yeah, we'll give it 2 seasons.
Oh, it's Amy Sherman Palladino.
Yeah,
it's
it's
bound
bound to be
good.
her. And then it was cancelled after its first season.
Unbelievable.
Sorry,
yeah.
Amy.
I mean, we
Not
never watched
coming
either one
back.
of them.
One of the most famous ones, Firefly,
Oh, yeah.
from 2002,
Mm-hmm.
03. That got so much coverage. The people were like, I think that was on, what was it on?
It was probably on, like, the CW
Fox.
or something.
It was on Fox.
Oh, really? Okay.
Fox pulled it after airing 10 of the 14 episodes, produced by then corporate sibling 20th Century Fox. But it was so beloved by its fans and creator that a feature-length film, Serenity, was ultimately made to wrap up the storylines.
Oh.
A rival studio greenlit a $40 million sci-fi movie for a show that, we cancelled it.
Yeah. I didn't something similar happen with Veronica Mars?
Yeah, I didn't see that on any. Well,
It
on
was
this
canceled.
list.
It had a big, like, kind of cult following.
Yeah.
I think only grew it only continued to grow after
Yeah.
it had been
I mean, that's
canceled.
happened in history, like the letter writing campaign, the classic story of Star Trek getting cancelled after season 2.
Yeah.
And then they had they headed up a letter writing campaign, and they were like, okay, we'll give it another season. But they knew that the actors and the production crew knew this. This had just been kind of like, okay,
Yeah.
just to make them happy. Here's another season, and but the legacy continued with it. But yeah, Firefly was one of those things, and they managed to. It was like, okay, we're gonna do a movie.
Yeah.
And that'll wrap it up, because nobody wants to greenlight another series for some weird reason. It's like, oh no, it's got so many fans want it, and
I can think of one that you particularly love that got canceled, that never got finished.
What?
And there were several seasons of it. Hornblower.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of like they were TV movies.
I don't know if you can say that they canceled it. They just never finished making it.
They never finished making them because of costs. The costs were rising.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's probably just a case of like, oh, that's a drop in the ocean compared to what they were spending,
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking, oh, they could bring it back, but again, interest. So around the same time the Hornblower films were coming out, they made in 2003 the Master and Commander movie with Russell Crowe and Paul Bettany, which were based on the Aubrey Maturin books.
Right.
And that was a massive movie, and apparently the fans of that genre loved it.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, this is my favourite thing. It was better than Hornblower. Personally, I was kind of like bored by it. I'll have to give it another chance at one point.
I never saw it, I don't think.
Yeah, I rented it on DVD, I think, when it came out, and I thought, it's a little bit boring, it's a little bit slow moving, it's a little bit,
Yeah.
It's not my thing, whereas Hornblower was a bit more, I don't know, more up my alley, even though they're the same sort of, that's exactly the same genre.
Yeah.
And that made and everybody was like, oh, this was the greatest movie ever, but and the sequel should have been done to it, but they never bothered because it cost too much. They built an entire ship to film on, and and filming on the ocean and stuff, and that was the problem with Hornblower too. They had like ships and stuff like that, but it was just got so expensive with all the extras and all that, Whereas you look at like productions today, like Bridgerton, and and they must be quite hefty productions,
Well,
with
you
like.
and I were talking about anything that's like period like that. They're having to collect all the like decor, let's say.
Yeah.
Forget the costumes, because you can make you don't have to source like actual old.
Well, they do like
clothing,
to, so they can be, true to period and authentic.
I don't think they do in Bridgerton.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe
it's
all polyester.
Exactly. As sparkly and glittery and what I mean, like some of the things that they put in there. But as far as the decor, I mean, I guess you can make props that look like that, and maybe they do. But if you're actually sourcing old antiques, that are period like that, that's gonna get expensive.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
So just for that, and then also renting spaces that are like true to the period, with all the gold.
Oh, renting instead of building a stage and all that.
Yeah. It's like all of that is going to add up too. So I would think that period dramas are quite expensive to shoot, actually.
I'd imagine. I mean, I don't know how much HBO is shelling out for the Gilded Age, but yeah, they're absolutely.
Oh yeah.
A huge production,
Yeah.
And that's doing well, as far as we know. I mean, they've got another season coming, so.
The thing is it's like, that's another thing about streaming, isn't it? How do we know what's doing well and what's not?
I mean, they're not telling us. Yeah, it's like, oh, it could, Gilded Age, it's only got like a small demographic of like, I don't know, 40 plus, maybe 40 to like 65
I mean,
or whatever.
We're making ourselves sound so old, but like, back in the day on like
ABC,
on network TV, they'd be like, television's #1 drama or whatever.
How do we know?
Yeah, we don't know on these streaming services, other than like maybe what we see people talking about online. But I see people talking about some things that are then canceled.
Yeah.
You know?
Everybody's talking about it. And it's like, oh, cancelled. A lot of people
were talking about that, so...
Well, we were talking about, like... and it's promotion and also just kind of like, you know, oh, we don't want it. And it's someone who's like, we don't want to spend the money on this because we just don't want to do it. Like that show that was on Amazon Prime, The Runarounds.
Oh, yeah.
And they've got The Outer Banks going on Netflix, that was a spin-off. And I guess they must have shot...
It was a spin-off, but spin-off in quotation marks. It was basically just set in the same world. Because on Outer Banks, that band was never mentioned. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just set in the same, like, world, in the same area.
So it's kind of a strange kind of concept, really, to kind of, like, not give them a backdoor pilot on The Outer Banks.
Yeah. It was created by the same...
production.
The same brothers.
Same brothers, yeah. And, they obviously couldn't sell it to Netflix, but I guess Prime are just like, oh, yeah, green light everything, you know? And then if it doesn't do well, that's it, you know?
Yeah, because that's the other that's another thing, is like, I think on Netflix and on Amazon Prime, they're developing all these literal Wattpad stories into movies and limited series and stuff from literal Wattpad.
Yeah, like fan fiction stuff.
Fan fictions, which I'm not knocking it, but when you're I mean,
soon they'll just be screen recording the Wattpad and just going and just having someone read it out,
reenacting like TikTok dramas and stuff. You know,
well, like... that's what TV and stuff is. I think is coming to. It's just coming to like, lazy AI slop, you know?
Yeah.
Someone put a prompt in, this is the new show that you love. And it's like, is it?
There was this other, quite original, kind of interesting concept, this series that I just happened upon, called The Society, I think it was, on Netflix. And it was just like, you know, when you're like just looking for something new,
you're scrolling,
to watch, you're not in the mood for like something you've seen a billion times, you know. And it's like, oh, that looks interesting. I'll watch that. I watched like the first episode. It was interesting enough to then watch the next one, and then I found myself like watching the whole thing, only to find out then, oh, this is it. This is it. This was from a few years ago. I didn't, you know, sometimes I don't pay attention to that when I just look at the synopsis and I go, oh, you know, click it. It was from a few years ago. It was canceled. They never finished it. And I'm just like, and it's one of those like things that like you need to know what in the world was going on, because it was just like a kind of a weird, sort of sci-fi, I guess, or fantasy kind of a thing like that. It's like, oh, something weird is going on. And we'll never know what that something was. I think the creators should be forced to like go, all right, it was canceled. This is what was happening. You know, this is what was gonna happen. And it's like, come on. We all live on the internet nowadays. Like, just get online somewhere and say, guys, this is what was supposed to happen. Because I do see people on TikTok also mentioning that show and going, what happened? What was going on?
Well, it was like Flash Forward. That was another one that didn't get off the ground. Brannon Braga, who was a writer and producer of Star Trek, he produced that show, or he created it.
It was quite a complicated kind of thing. It was
coming off the back of Lost, though.
Yeah.
And Lost had a pretty
wah-wah
ending, so obviously they looked at this and they were like, yeah, you're going to mess this one up, aren't you?
Yes.
This is not going to be a good ending, so we're just going to put it out of its misery right now.
Maybe.
We're going to flash forward to the end of this.
Oh no, yeah, no, that one was another one that kind of pissed me off that it ended, because it's just one of those shows.
Yeah, because you thought you were flash forwarding too, didn't you?
It's just one of those shows that you're like, what is happening? I need to know what's happening. Like, what was another one we watched with Ioan Griffith and Judd Hirsch?
Forever. That's on here,
that was interesting.
Dr. Henry Morgan. Yeah, they cancelled that after the first season. Yeah, Freaks and Geeks.
Freaks and Geeks was so good.
1999, 2000.
That's a really popular
That was another
one
quintessential Gone Too Soon one,
Yeah.
and it was 80s set high school dramedy with one of the most stacked casts in TV history.
Yeah, a lot of people that went
They
on
weren't
to have
famous
big
at the
careers.
time either. Linda Cardellini, John Francis Daly, James Franco, Seth Rogen, Jason Segel, Martin Starr, and Busy Phillips.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They all went on to big things, and it's like, I saw a video or something, somebody goes, do you ever think about the cast of Freaks and Geeks, how they went on, and you know, as big as they all are, they haven't thought, let's get together and do another thing of that, or a movie of that, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, I mean, it's, you know.
They were like teenagers at the time.
Yeah, but I mean, they could have like
they were
advanced the story, you know, and now they're in their 50s or whatever they're in now, and it's...
Yeah. I didn't watch that at the time that it was out, but I've seen it since. And yeah, it's another one you watch and you're just like, oh, that's a shame that never got another series.
That's a shame.
And
then he says, yeah, and do you know who you have to blame? That bald executive guy.
Yes.
Because he was he hated... Yeah, and that's what it was. They had it out for, like, the producer or something on that show, or a director, or even one of the cast members.
Or they're doing a favor for somebody that they do know and putting their show in the spot of this
and
one.
it's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Gonna have to get rid of that.
It's a bunch of freaking politics, and it's very annoying.
I mean, unless you can just make a show for, like, YouTube, and you fund it, and you put it up there, and, you know, that's it, you know?
Yeah.
YouTube ain't gonna cancel you, you know?
Yeah.
Unless they take it down because, oh, it's too, you know, like that. They started doing that for a while. The people would, like, putting up little, like, series, like, this Lonely Girl one. Lonely Girl 15.
Go on about that.
That was like one of the first internet mysteries. And I mean, I don't know. I might be one of the few that remembers it.
Dating yourself?
Dating myself. It was
that.
like 15, 20 years ago now.
Yeah.
And it was this girl who put up things, and she was talking about herself, and and people would watch it, and then people started talking on forums.
Sort of like a vlog.
It was like a vlog.
Yeah.
And people were like, what is going on with that lonely girl? She's talking about her parents being and some cult and some, you know, something's happening to her, and, you know, what's going on, you know?
Yeah.
And
people thought it was real.
Yeah. And then people started getting a bit, oh, come on, guys, we're being had on here. Look, and people started analysing it like they do on the internet now, and they started analysing, look, you can see, like, she's in her room, but that looks like studio lighting on her face.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't look like daylight, and, you know, this looks too like a setup. And then she had a friend who was like, oh, so, you know, like Daniel or whatever his name was, and he was like, and I can't remember what the story was, but they were being chased by this crazy cult. It was a little bit like an Outer Banks type show, and I thought it was pretty good. But once people figured out, and once they had the creators came out and said, yeah, it's fake, she's an actress, he's an actor, this is just all for your entertainment, you know.
Yeah.
She doesn't actually exist, you know. She's just a character.
God, that was before people were making money on YouTube.
That was
they
when
and
that's when I think,
money.
and that's when you know, and I guess that was just to kind of like get themselves noticed within the industry, I guess.
Yeah.
They got so big that Catherine McPhee, who was not Catherine McPhee yet, because she was like a runner-up on American Idol or something, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She'd just done that. She guested on it. And I think somebody else did as well. I don't know. But yeah, it was one of those like web series that, you know, it's like, oh, wow, you know.
I don't know.
But yeah.
I never watched that.
We talked about Freaks and Geeks and Forever. A Gross Point. Do you remember that one? 2000, 2001?
No.
The WB show, it was a tongue-in-cheek satire from Darren Star about the dysfunctional stars of a fictional primetime WB soap. It was thinly veiled spoof of Star's time on Beverly Hills 90210.
That's funny.
But it was also smart, silly, and just cynical enough. But it got cancelled after one series, you know.
One series, yeah.
Yeah, and then, of course, Beverly Hills did their own version of it.
To me,
years later.
If you're gonna cancel it, just cancel it after a few episodes. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't let people get so invested in like the
That's what happened with Firefly.
It got canceled after a few episodes.
I think it was they only aired, it wasn't a whole season. They only aired like 10 of the 14 episodes they produced.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know.
I don't understand that either. If you've already filmed the episodes, like, why not just
get rid of it?
Through? It's so weird. It's like we were talking about on Felicity, whatever, last month or whenever that was, when they were told that they were canceled.
Whoa, yeah.
And so they wrapped it up. Okay, we're going to be canceled. We're not going to get the full season, so we'll just wrap it up here, and we'll be done in 10 episodes or whatever it was. And then that was it. He wrapped up the storyline, and it was fine.
And they had a finale ending.
They had a finale, and then the network goes, actually, the show we were going to replace him with
got cancelled, so we need a few more episodes.
Yeah, so we need you guys to do a few more episodes. You're coming back for a few more episodes. How annoying. I would have told them to absolutely stuff it. Like,
just show reruns in that spot. That's
reruns.
What they can show.
But
reruns.
it would have been, I guess, sweeps. You know,
they paid for it, and they could have come up with something better. They could have they had a finale for it, and then they could have just done like an addendum, an epilogue of stories. And so, because you said it was some weird time travel stuff.
Well, it was just a little bit of like it was like a time travel, but it was just like a what if kind of a thing. You can really just forget that it exists. Actually, you
can just cut those episodes off. Burn them. Delete them. Throw them in the recycling bin.
But that's so annoying. Like, if you've already filmed the episodes, like, just let them air it. You know, what are we doing?
Yeah.
There's some audience out there that's been watching, and you're basically just saying to those people, we really don't care that you've been watching this. We do not care.
We do not care that you've been watching this and you're invested in it.
You're not going to get the last few episodes.
You're not going to get the last few episodes. Yeah, they did that with they've done that with a few things. I was reading Lucille Ball's final television outing.
Oh, yeah.
I think she only did one season of The Lucy Show. Maybe it was 2 seasons, actually. But, there was like 2 or 3 episodes they didn't bother airing because they were like, oh, yeah, we're cancelling her. Yeah. And that was like in the mid-80s, right before she died,
Yeah, God.
And people were kind of like, why is she doing this show? So that was kind of like a mercy type thing. It was like, she shouldn't be doing this show, but she wants to do it.
Yeah.
It was like one of those things, yeah, but just air the episodes. If you've produced them and they've shot them and filmed them, just air the episodes. It's like, put them out. It's like, what, where are you going to hide this? Are you going to, I think they put them all on like DVD and stuff,
and then they have, and then you have times where like, Hollywood is on strike because, and we don't have anything to air because they're not filming anything right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, guess what? You have so many shows that you've canceled and you didn't finish showing, but we have nothing to air.
Yeah. No, it's all about chasing the target demographic.
Chasing that almighty dollar. I thought you were
chasing the Yankee dollar. Yeah.
It's not Yankee, though, is it? Surely they cancel stuff like that in Britain, just willy-nilly sometimes.
Yeah, they do. I'm trying to think now.
I mean, Hornblower's not a good example, because that was being done by Masterpiece, was it?
No, it was A&E.
Oh, it was A&E.
A&E.
So, yeah. So American.
That doesn't even... A&E, yeah, E&E were fronting the money for it, and it was coming out on ITV in the UK. Which it still gets shown. It's like one of their most popular, like, rerun series. Oh, it's always on ITV3. People are like, oh yeah, it's Hornblower again. And it's like, make more then.
Hornblower with no
Ewan
ending.
Griffith probably could do with a job right now. Just make more.
Oh, Pan Am. Sorry.
Pan Am. That's my last one. That's my last on the list. Pan Am.
Pan Am. That we watched that.
Yeah.
Didn't we? Yeah. And
Christina Ricci, Margot Robbie. Yeah, Margot Robbie in it. I think Jack Davenport was in it too.
It seems to me like some of these shows that get canceled, they're some of the more interesting.
Speaking of Catherine McPhee, Smash.
Oh, yes, Smash! Smash
Yeah.
got canceled, too.
Yeah, Smash.
That was such a fun... Yeah, I'm getting annoyed now talking about all of these, because when you think about the stuff that's still on, like, oh my god, in Britain, oh, another detective drama.
Yeah, I don't know. It's like they're hitting a demographic, and it's funny because, you know, when people I've just signed up for BritBox in the US, you know, the US. It's like, and I'm just looking for and what's it like? I'm looking for rural detective shows, cozy, gentle mysteries, and it's just like, guess what? Have I got a treat for you? That's gonna be your best subscription ever. Acorn and BritBox.
It's like literally, and I'm saying this as someone who doesn't mind that kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a core demographic for it, and I didn't even realize it until I was looking through BritBox. I was like, oh yeah, there is a lot of detective shows in the UK.
There's a time and a place, you know, where you might want to watch something like that. But it's like, also, I like creativity. And some of these things that we've mentioned here...
Agatha Christie is owed billions of dollars in
well, yeah. As far as detective dramas.
Yes, detective dramas goes, yeah.
But like you get some things that are really creative. You mentioned the Runarounds earlier. Probably most of you have never heard of the Runarounds because I had not. It's a little teenagey show
a little teenagery show
on Prime. And it's about like these boys that are gonna start a band. And they live in wherever, in North Carolina, Charleston or wherever, I don't know. Yeah. And it's just teenage boys who want to start a band, and you're just kind of following them, going to their gigs and stuff. It's very cute. To me, it's like it had sort of like Almost Famous vibes.
Yeah.
You know, in the way that we're kind of like following this band around, and you felt like you were going to go on a journey with these boys. It was very interesting. The boys really played instruments, wrote the songs themselves, did the singing themselves. They're actual musicians. And they became a band outside of the show. So you could see this show, potentially.
Oh, I thought they were banned before they...
Well, they did a casting call for Outer Banks. This is how they're connected to Outer Banks. They were just playing... in a party scene on one episode of Outer Banks. Yeah. They did a casting call for whatever reason. Maybe because they had this idea in mind.
You've got to be able to play guitar and all that.
We want real musicians to play this party scene as a band in an episode of Outer Banks.
As I recall,
why not just cast a whole band? I don't know.
Yeah, no, because I mean, you didn't really see them.
You didn't even see them.
Yeah, you saw maybe one of them, like, and you couldn't really watch them playing.
That's what I mean. Like maybe
it was like a cough and spit.
It's like maybe they had the Runaround story in mind, and so they were casting for that. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
They wanted kids that were like approximately the same age as the Outer Banks kids, you know?
Yeah.
To be this band that was playing at this wedding. But yeah, you don't even see them, whatever. So they did that casting call. A couple of the boys knew each other and had played with each other before. Two of them, I think, have like been friends since they were like 3 years old.
Yeah.
So some of them knew each other, but they were kind of from just wherever, you know. They were musician boys who also wanted to wanted to act or could act or whatever. They became a band for that, and then they were just like, oh, actually, we kind of all like each other. We get along. This is fun.
Yeah.
And so
let's go on tour.
And so then they were a band for a couple of years, and this show was built around them. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. They just played South by Southwest, actually, recently. Yeah.
But, yeah, the show was
canceled. But the show was canceled the other day. And I just thought this is such a unique kind of idea. Like, if you were a teenage girl at the time, as this show being on, and you could go see this band actually perform in person, I would have been so into that as a kid, you know? I mean, I was into the idea as just like an interesting
Well, it's kind of like the Partridge
anyway.
Family.
Sort of, yeah, I guess so, yeah.
They had a show, But I don't know if all of them actually, if they were actually an actual band, like, because they were kind of...
Were they an actual family, too?
I don't know.
I think they might have been.
The only person I know from the Partridge Family, David Cassidy. He was the one that made all the hits.
I guess they weren't an actual family, were they?
Yeah. David Cassidy had like a massive following in the early 70s. I mean, he was huge in Britain. I think it was actually a gig in Britain that made him want to retire.
I don't know. I don't know if I've ever seen a Partridge Family episode, actually.
I don't think I have either. But yeah, it was
like
the Monkees. It was like all the monk. They thought, oh yeah,
yes!
the Monkees.
Oh, that's true. It was kind of like the Monkees. You could actually go see the Monkees, I guess.
Well, they weren't there.
Did they actually play gigs at the time of the show?
I don't think they did. Oh. I think they only did later on once the show was cancelled. You know, they were getting back
together.
They
writing their own songs?
No.
See, that's why I think these boys were really talented.
Was it Mickey Dolenz? I think Mickey Dolenz and maybe Davy Jones were the only vocalists in the group. I think Peter and Michael might have written some stuff. They did eventually kind of like start to write their own, because I guess the producer was like, yeah, you need to be writing your own music, actually, because, you know, we can't just come out and go, sorry, guys, it's these two guys in the back room coming up with all this. Mm-hmm. This is just a Beatles cash-in. Yeah. You know?
But supposedly the Pate brothers had like a 5-season arc already planned out for this show.
Yeah.
So it's like they knew where they were going with it.
Yeah.
So I think that's such I don't know, a crappy decision for Amazon to kind of go, because they didn't promote it. So what
they
do
didn't promote it.
So what do they expect?
So
about
it was
having an audience,
they weren't really invested in it. It was a favor to someone.
It was like, oh, we'll fill a season slot with this, and we won't be bothered. I mean, you kind of felt like they weren't going to renew it because it seemed like it was taking... I mean, forever. I don't know when it ended, actually, because I didn't watch it when it originally came out. But yeah, it was like, usually when a show ends, it's like almost right away they go, they'll be coming back for a season 2.
Well, yeah, well, like Etoile was... At the premiere, they were like, oh yeah, we got 2 seasons in the bag, or we've greenlit 2 seasons.
God, that's so annoying.
And it's like, okay.
I think Pan Am didn't even finish, did they?
I don't think so.
It didn't even get a full season. Flash Forward didn't get a full season either. Yeah, and I have been guilty of that, like, oh, well, I'm not going to watch another show until they're finished, because
I'm done with watching shows.
I think Flash Forward, I was really, really annoyed, because...
I mean, I wasn't really too fussed in that. I was kind of like, yeah, this is kind of like...
You thought it was a bit crazy of a story anyway, like...
Yeah, it's just kind of like, yeah, they're going to write themselves into a corner here, and it's going to be disappointing and frustrating, and obviously an executive or a couple of other people must have said that, and were like, yeah, let's pull it.
Yeah.
I don't trust Brannon Braga, especially after Threshold.
When you've got like a kind of a crazy, complicated storyline like that, or like Lost, please have an ending in mind.
Yes,
because it's just like, yeah. But anyway.
And it's like the executives, what's your ending? Let me show you. Oh, you'll have to wait and see. And it's like, oh, you haven't got one, have you?
Yeah.
So this makes me nervous that you're going to screw all this up.
One of our patrons on Instagram mentioned that they hope that Doctor Who's not canceled because they haven't heard anything about it in a while. And that is true.
I think I've been wondering about that too. Doctor Who now, I mean, obviously there was the big drought from 1989 to... I mean, I guess 1996 when they made the Paul McGann movie. But for my entire growing up life, Doctor Who was only available in like reruns and stuff on BBC. It was no new until 2005 and when they came back.
Yeah.
And it was such a big hit. Everybody was like, yeah, raving
about
it. And BBC was like, why did we not wait this long to do it? It's like, oh yeah, Russell T Davies is the greatest guy ever.
It's like maybe sometimes you need to wait a little while to get some fresh ideas.
And people think that that's going to happen with Star Trek too, that, and Doctor Who, they're all going to go into the, like, mothballs, as they like to say, and just kind of, like, on pause. Yeah. Putting them on pause.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's going to be, like, how long for? Until the public forgets about them because TV's so dreck.
Well, the weird thing
and then they'll start yearning for them again.
The weird thing about Doctor Who, though, is I thought they were doing quite well with this.
Well, they got
the recent series.
they got financed by Disney for the last one with Nkuti Gatwa.
It was feeling quite Doctor Who-y again.
It was, yeah, because they'd given, he was given a performance, and he was, but I guess Disney were like, oh, that's it. One
Wasn't there something about he wanted to leave, though, wasn't it?
I think he wanted to leave, or something.
He only did one series?
I think he only did one series.
Oh, God.
I think so, yeah.
That's sad. No, that can't be true, surely.
Didn't he only do one series, or was it 2?
Oh, I'm not sure, actually.
Usually the actors do 3. It's like a rule of thumb since Patrick Troughton, I think. They only do, 3 series.
David Tennant did a few, though, didn't he?
He did.
Or did he only do 3?
I think he only did 3.
Oh,
3 or 4, maybe. I'm not sure. I mean, Christopher Eccleston only did 1, but that was because he was like, ugh, I didn't like the shenanigans that were going on.
I do think there was too much going on with, what's her name as Doctor Who. It was too many...
Jodie Whittaker,
too many
yeah.
companions, too much, I don't know.
Well,
she was trying too hard to be like David Tennant as Doctor Who. It just was... The whole thing wasn't working.
I mean, Jodie was... she was all right. I mean, again, everybody's blaming the writing for it. And I mean, yeah, that's a large part of the reason why it's going away.
Yeah.
I think, or if it's gone away, I don't know. Is because they just can't find... they're trying to get back... They're desperate to get back to the glory days of David Tennant and Matt Smith's early tenure.
Yeah.
Because, once Peter Capaldi took over, people were like, yes, Peter Capaldi, oh, he's my favourite Doctor, some people thought. But there were so many people going, ugh. I remember having a Twitter argument with some guy who was going, he's lost all fans now because he's an old guy. And it's like...
because he's old. Yeah, I know.
It's like, you're not William Hartnell, you're not... Oh, well, no one cares about the old series. It's like, well, yeah, they do.
I will say, I mean, I could not have cared less about Peter Capaldi being an old guy. To me, I was excited for him to be the Doctor because I love him in the thick of it. And I was hoping he was going to be more like...
Well, he kind of was,
He kind of was, but I found him a bit boring, to be fair.
I mean, yeah, that's what it's, and then it was...
And then it was Jodie Whittaker after him.
Jodie Whittaker, yeah.
And she was just kind of also. But Nkuti, is that how you say his name?
Nkuti, yeah.
Nkuti. He was great. He was a great Doctor. He was like, mwah. He was like perfect, getting back to the old days. The companion was good.
Yeah.
They had good chemistry together.
Jodie's companion, Bradley Walsh.
There were so many of them.
Yeah, they had Bradley Walsh and his stepson. And it was just kind of like, oh, this is so boring. Why are they...
Well, and there was the cop.
The cop, Yaz.
Yeah, there was too many. There was just too much going on. It was just like, what is happening here? It was a weird mishmash.
They've had a lot of companions before, but
it was like such just a weird mishmash of I don't know. It just
Graham, I don't know. Yeah, it was just kind of like
But yeah, so I mean,
it wasn't feeling it.
We don't know about Doctor Who. I do like Doctor Who, but I do also think that maybe it would be alright if they took a little bit of a break.
A little bit of a break, sort themselves out.
Not forever.
Yeah, I know, because, not forever.
It seems like nothing in Britain is forever, though.
Nothing in Britain is forever.
And that's the other thing, me asking you if anything was just cancelled. It seems like they don't make a big deal about canceling things over there because it's just like, oh, we'll keep it open, and in 20 years from now we might want to have a random season. Another season.
It was a limited series. Yeah, they say, oh, it was a limited series.
Yeah,
one season. It was always intended to be a limited series, and people were like, yeah, sure it was. You were hoping you would have done another series if you would have.
But also they just love 20 years from now to come out with another random season of whatever it is.
Yeah. Well, they kind of did that with what was it called?
The thing with Hugh Laurie and I mean, that
Oh,
was
The Night Manager. Yeah, they did that 10 years later. Yes. But they did it with that Lisa, the comeback. Lisa Kudrow.
Yeah. We're going to have to watch that.
Yeah, I mean, don't think I've seen the first.
No, I haven't shown you the first one, no.
Yeah, so, I mean, that was years back, yeah.
It looks like there's been 3 seasons now, so I don't know when it came back. Or maybe they did 2 to begin with. I don't remember. But.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Someone else on Instagram mentioned Revolution. That they were really into Revolution and it was canceled. It sounds familiar, but we haven't seen that.
I haven't seen that. No,
I'm not sure what that.
I don't know what that is.
But see, that's the thing, isn't it? Like, there's so many things that someone out there is watching.
Someone's watching a show and it's like, oh, have you heard of this show, The Love Spoon?
Yeah.
And it's like, oh no, what's that? It's like, oh, It's on Amazon Prime, it's brilliant.
And meanwhile, there's some shows that are just
There isn't a show called The Love Spoon, so if you're going to go look for it, I don't know, actually, I haven't done a search. There probably is something from years back, but it's just a random show that people are like, oh yeah, there's just so much.
And meanwhile, there's some shows that have been going forever, and inexplicably.
Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Inexplicably.
And people will know, Mrs. Brown's Boys, people are like, every time that show is renewed, the outpouring of rage against it. It's like someone at the BBC is like, Mrs. Brown's Boys is coming to get you. And, I just want to see them rage,
Or like Grey's Anatomy, which I'm not hating on Grey's Anatomy. I know a lot of people have loved it over the years, but it's had how many seasons? Like 20-something seasons. Yeah, it's been
medical dramas and police shows.
And yet they keep making more
shows.
Medical dramas and police shows and firefighting shows.
FBI and CIA, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Chicago Med.
Yeah.
Chicago.
They had Chicago Law at one time.
Oh, probably, yeah.
For like 5 seconds, I think. Or
Chicago
maybe
Coast Guard. That's what it'll be. Next.
All right, we better wrap it up. We've gone long today, but hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us know what show you are really disappointed that was canceled, that you watched and was canceled, because we want to rage with you.
Yeah, and let us know if you're one of the pro Mrs. Brown's Boys who keeps getting that recommissioned every year.
I just want you to watch that, because then you're gonna go, oh, actually, this isn't so bad.
I did. We watched an episode when we were at my uncle's house, and I was like, what?
I can't.
Oh, I did. I was like, I'm just gonna watch it, because I've seen clips, and I'm like, this is like on the buses from the 1970s. It's like, it's terrible humor. It's just, but obviously, it's like, and people are like, oh, who's watching Mrs. Brown's Boys, don't you? And it's like, who's watching it?
I'm not gonna.
The Reform Party people. And it's like, maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Maybe there's people out there with secret Mrs. Brown's Boys fetishes and they love it, Brendan O'Carroll's like, oh, it's unfunny. It's like, it's basically, I tried to get through an episode and I was like, I got like 10 minutes in, I was like, I've got to turn this off, this is just not funny.
So you're pro the cancellation of Mrs. Brown's Boys.
I will not miss it when it's gone. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be people when they say BBC cancels Mrs. Brown Boys, they'll be like, no. About bloody time, mate.
Oh God, they would say that about anything though.
Well, yeah, they do. They do that about anything, yes.
British people love hating things. Anyway.
Root for the failure of Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Hope you enjoyed this episode. Thank you for tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. Be sure to give us a follow on social media. If you don't follow us already, we're at TButty, TEABUTTY, across all social. Shout out to our patrons for their continued support.
Yes, thank you very much, everybody.
We'll talk to each and every single
one of you
next time.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye.
Goodbye.